Hi folks, welcome to Coil's Vapor Reviews once again. Welcome to the video. Review time again, and this time it is another Sub-Ohm tank. Yes, another Sub-Ohm tank. There's loads out at the moment, but I've had this one, which I'm going to mention in a minute what it is, for about 4 weeks, and it is the Uwell Crown Sub-Ohm tank. Now, I've had this, for, like I've said, just for 4 weeks, roughly. It was sent on to me by esig1.co.uk. Shane sent this on for review purpose for me for free. He wanted me to test it out, and I've been waiting to do the review. I've been waiting for the go ahead from him. And I must say, there's a couple of innovations on this that I haven't seen on any other tank, any other Sub-Ohm tank as yet. The innovations are it makes it easier to use, and the coil setup or the material used. Now, it's a stainless steel. I'll just get it. We'll go down for close-ups, but I'll just get it out of the box. And that's it. Quite a nice looking tank, and it's quite heavy. I'll give you the proper weight of it in a second. On the close-ups, should I say. Now, it's a stainless steel 22mm quartz glass Sub-Ohm atomizer. It has adjustable airflow on the bottom, like so, and it has 2 of them airflow slots. And what's innovative about this, I'll show you on the close-ups, is you can fill it from the top or you can fill it from the bottom. So if you want to fill your juice up, you just hold the tank and you screw off the top and you can fill it through them holes, or you can fill it from the bottom. Great little invention. Now, as I say, we'll go down for close-ups and stuff. It comes in a package that consists of the atomizer, a spare glass tank, a pack of O-rings, spare O-rings for the device, because it has a number of them, and 3 coils. I can't remember if there was one installed in the tank or not when I had it. I think the 3 coils were in a package in the bottom of the package, and you had to rip one off them open and then install one in, because I don't think it came with one installed in the tank. So you get 3 coils in the retail package. It is priced up at the moment at $26.99, which to me, it's a good device for that much. We'll go down for close-ups, then we'll come back up and I'll give you my take on it, negatives and positives about it. So what we'll do now is we'll go straight down for close-ups and we'll have a look at the device in the package. All right, guys, here we are with the close-up of the packaging. It comes in a clear plastic case. What you do is you slide this off, which has some what the coils are made of, which I'll tell you about in a second. Some writing on it, and a plastic packaging, which from new has some sellotape around the side. We take that off, and we get the tank out. We'll put that to one side. Spare glass in here, and we'll get that out as well. That's your spare glass, which quite thick piece of glass, and we lift that up, and in the bottom here we get some that's your packet of coils. Obviously I've used, because I've had this for 4 weeks now, I've got 1 coil here which I've just washed out, which I'm going to reuse again. This is a 0.5 ohm coil. You get 2 0.5 ohm coils in here, and then that's the 1.2 ohm coil, which is still sealed. I haven't used it. And I've also got 1 in the tank, so you get 3 of these coils, which I'll have a close-up look at that in a second. And then you get a pack of O-rings, spare O-rings, nicely packaged, sealed up. And there's a warning sticker in here. about filling, pre-soaking your wicks, because these do come with the Japanese cotton. And then in the bottom is a nice instruction manual. There you go. The parts, tells you about all the parts. If you want to pause the video, etc. And then that's instructions on how to fill it, etc. etc. Now, if you want it, I'll just show you that, and you can pause the video if you want to have a look at the product specifications. There you go. It saves me just it's easier for me to just show you the actual product information, and then there's some notes there. No warnings on battery safety on this. I can't see anything anywhere about using. Make sure your batteries with sub-ohm tanks, you've got to make sure that you've got the right device for this. So we'll put the right device to use this on, should I say, and the right battery installed. So I'll put this all away, and we'll go to put this 1.2 ohm coil away as well, and then we'll put the glass back in. And we'll just have a look at the coil first of all. Now, the reason that it's, we just go into, I'll go into manual focus for this. This is the coil system that they're using in here. This has been used, and this has been on for, if you can look at that cotton in there, I've had this coil running in here for about 3 weeks, and it's still going strong now. I've just washed it out in the ultrasonic cleaner. On the side here, if you can make it out, it's got the Uwell moniker, and which is there, and underneath it's saying 0.5 ohms, and it's got CE markings laser etched onto there, etc. It has four large juice flow holes in there. As you can see, there's no meshing on this over the cotton there. Now, it is Japanese cotton that they're using in this, and on the bottom there is two wide, you can see right the way through it, wide airflow holes to give you airflow to the coil. And there's your contact point underneath. It looks very, very polished. This contact here, the whole coil does actually, to be honest. It looks really, really, it's like a plating or something, I'm not sure. Could be a silver plating or something like that. But the coil in here is a single vertical coil of 0.5 ohms, and they're using a food grade stainless steel for the coil. And when I first put this in, I was very skeptical on what the flavour would be, but the flavour is fantastic, and the longevity of the coil by using stainless steel is, I would say, you get double the life of a normal camphor coil. I've had this in for a long time, burning obviously 0.5 ohms as well, and as you can see from the cotton, it's not got, you know, it's not darkened or anything like that. It's really, really, the longevity is really good. That's all I can say. And the flavour and from it, obviously from the Japanese cotton in here, and it's a US made stainless steel coil. It's absolutely fantastic. The coils in this, one of the best I've come across for use, and how long they last. So that's the coil, guys. We'll go to the tank now. So we'll put that to one side, and this is the tank. Now what you've got here is a drip tip. Now this is one of the little negatives for me, the drip tip. I thought it was a bit on the long side, and it's a little bit on the wobbly side in there. You could sort that by putting a little bit thicker O-ring on there, but it goes in well, but it does fit. Let me just get another drip tip. It does fit other ones in as well. I use that one in it actually, this Vape Life one. And that fits in lovely. Makes the tank look a little bit better, having the shorter drip tip for me. But the one it comes with, the O-ring needs sort of replacing on it really. It is a little bit loose for my liking, and it does. You can hear it there shaking. That's one of the negatives for me on that. But if you replace that, or put some dental floss underneath the O-ring, if you haven't got a spare one, just to beef the O-ring up a little bit more, because it's not, for me, it's not big enough to fit this hole. Stainless steel, all of it. So again, so we'll go from the top. This is your top fill, and it's got some knurling on there, decorative knurling. What you do is you hold the tank and you just unscrew. And that's your top cap. It's got an O-ring there, translucent O-ring. I'll show you. Let me get my little pointer. It's got a translucent O-ring in here. This is to seal this top cap against the chimney section, which is in there, this round bit here. And then what you do, these are your fill holes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 fill holes in there. And it's machined really well finished. The threading's very, very good on it. So what we'll do now is we'll take the base off by, you just unscrew it by holding the whole tank system, and you can take the base off. So we've done the top cap. Now we're just going to do the base. I've got a coil in here that's had some juice through it, so we'll take the coil out. That's it. There's your contact point inside, all nice and finished in there, nicely machined. You do have an O-ring around here as well, so be careful, because these translucent O-rings, they can tend to go missing if you're washing them out in the sink, under the tap. And it has some knurling on the base here, on this part, and also knurling on the O-ring. Not needed on the O-ring really. It's free flowing, the O-ring is, whilst it's in closed position like that. So there's no detents and it's free flowing. It is a bit loosey goosey when it's closed, when it's on close, but obviously it's not going to be in use like that. It's a little bit, you can see it moving up and down a little bit there. But when it's in, it's detent, it's first detent, it's hit there. It's not as bad. And it got little clicks. I don't know if you can hear them. That's it. There's little detents, little clicks on it. And you can alter. That's the lowest one you can have, unless you come off the detent and just sort of use it like that. But there's a little slight detent there. That's when it clicks in. And then there's another one there, and another one there, and then that's fully open. And you've got that on, obviously it mirrors itself on the other side as well. And then on the bottom, gating shot, you have a Uwell crown markings and your 510 contact point, which doesn't stick out that much, but it does stick out enough to make contact. But as I say with always, guys, these Sub-Ohm atomizers, because these are not adjustable in any way and they flush virtually, don't use them on hybrid mods, please. Could potentially be a safety issue if you use these on hybrid mods, where it makes contact directly with the battery in your mod. So that's that warning out the way. So that's the base, guys. Now we'll go back to the tank section. Now, with this tank section, you can unscrew these two for cleaning purposes, and if you need to change the glass. And all you do is you just keep unscrewing, unscrewing, and unscrewing, and don't drop any pieces. Come away from the camera a sec, and then it all comes apart like so. This is the top bit, and you've got a translucent O-ring again in here, around here, which keeps your glass in place, which is there like that. And then you've got your centre post, which does screw out. I've dropped a piece, thought it would. There's your centre post that screws out of here. This is the bottom section. Now in there you've got, I'll show you in here, you've also got, this is where your coil sits, the top of your coil. You've got a translucent O-ring right here, all around there, which seals your coil. Then you just screw this centre post back on. Be careful if you're washing this out under the sink again. If you don't unscrew it well, it'll go down the plug hole, that little chimney section. And all you do is you make sure your O-rings are in place, put that glass piece on, and then screw your top section on like so. Let it come together. Don't over tighten these guys, no need to. Just nice and snug like so. Then that's your tank section. Then what you do then is you put your coil that you're going to use in the base. Got some nailing around the top of the coil, so ease of screwing in. And you'd put your tank to your base like so. I tend to hold it on this bottom ring here and hold the bottom of the base to get it screwed together. And that's it. Then what I do now is close the airflow off, as always with these top filling tanks. Close that airflow off, get your required juice, let's give it a shake. And then, I've got a big 100ml dropper bottle type, and it goes in pretty easy. Fill it up. See it filling up now. Better with, see, with the top fill as well, you can fill it right up to the top of the glass, so you can't see the liquid. So you can get the most in there as you can. And then what we do then is we'll put the top cap back on. This is the cap that you take off for filling it again when you've used your juice. Just screw it on, make sure it's on tight. Put your required drip tip in. Open your airflow up to your desired. Have it wide open, like so. You can see right the way through it. The other side. And that's it, guys. That's the Uwell crown tank. So we'll go back up to the top, and I'll give you some more information on it, and we'll have a vape on it and see what you think. Okay, thanks, guys. Hi, guys. Welcome back up to the top. I'm plugged in at the moment, so I've got my Smock M80 plugged in at the moment because I've got a little bit it's not 65% left in it, but we need some power for this. This is the atomizer on a Smock M80. As we say, you've seen me fill it up. Just to a quick overview: stainless steel quartz glass tank, 4 milliliter capacity, which is a decent capacity in my opinion for a Sub-Ohm tank. We've got top filling, stainless steel, food grade stainless steel coils, stainless steel coiling element. I didn't make that quite clear in the close-up, so it's the element where it's normally canthal or nichrome. This way uses food grade stainless steel for the element in their for the coiling system. They come in the coils come in 0.5 and 1.2 ohm coil, single coils. There will be dual coil available in 0.25 ohms and 0.5 ohms. Now the recommended there's three, like I say, there's three coils that come in the retail package with the tank. They're all single coil heads. Now the single coil heads range from 30. The recommended wattage range is 30 watts to 80 watts for the 0.5 ohm coil, and the 1.2 ohm coils 10 to 30 watts. And when the dual coils become available, the 0.25 ohms is range from 80 watts to 120 watts, and the dual coil 0.5 ohms is 30 watts to 80 watts, which will be sold separately and available separately. I had a brain freeze on the millilitres when I was in the close-up, so it is 4 millilitres, like I've said. And we'll take a vape on it, see what you think. That's only I'm at 40 watts on here, on the Smock M80. Can't bring it any closer because I'm plugged in. I've only got a short lead. You can just about see it, I think, there, 40 watts. Which is shoving out. It's reading, the coil in here is reading 0.55, so, and it's pushing out 4.71 volts. 70-30 juice this is. VG-PG ratio, so it's a bit heavier on the VG, which is my preferred ratio. Now I'm going to bump it up. We'll go up in 10 watt increments to 50 watts, and we'll show you that's now pushing 5.5 volts roughly. If you're into your clouds, this one is a must, and the flavour is very, very good on it. Even though, you know, most of these Sub-Ohm tanks and the juices we're using, you've got to, if you're cloud chasing as such, you've got to, you know, sort of get the juice that runs better at higher wattages. Now we're eSig1 are doing a juice range shortly, which is called F King Big Clouds. You can fill in the blanks yourself, and it's meant to be working at the flavour, and that's meant to be working better at higher wattages. But I buy my juice from bigcloudeliquid.co.uk, and I've also just recently bought some from Drip Drop Vapor in 70-30, and I haven't had a problem. The flavour's coming through lovely on this, even at 50 watts. So, but this obviously can run, this coil in here can run, let's see now what it says again, 80 watts for the single coil. So I'm at 50, so I'm just over halfway from its recommended wattage. So let's go up to its 80 watts, because this will go up to 80 watts, this M80. Clue is in the model number. Let's go up to the top of the range, and we're there. So we're at 80 watts. Let's try it. I haven't run this at 80 watts yet, even though I've had it for a few weeks. It's too warm for me, that is. Way too warm. And let's go back down to 70. Let's go to 70. I mean, that might be all right for some people, but it's just way too warm for me. As you can see, let's go over here a bit. Still too warm for me at 70. I like this. You know, you can see the clouds. I mean, it's bloody, I'm smoking, bloody vaporing out the house here. let's go back down to my preferred wattage on this coil, which is 42 watts. For me, 42 watts on with this, and all the juices I've got in 70-30 range work fantastic. Good flavour. As you can see, stacks of vapour. These coils in here are very innovative with the material it's using for the coils. The coil element, that is, which is stainless steel, food grade. And you know, Uwell do use this coil system as a marketing tool, because it says on their marketing website that the coil lifetime is over and above any of the other tanks we have seen on the market today, and therefore the ongoing costs for this unit make it well worth buying. That's their statement, and I have to agree. You know, I've got a lot of Sub-Ohm tanks. I've tried a lot of Sub-Ohm tanks. The VCT being my favourite, along with the Kanga sub tanks, because I think the Kanga sub tank heads are for flavour, and because they can run quite low, save on battery power. I think the Kanga sub tank for me are some of the best on the market. The VCT Pro I've just reviewed not long ago is also good as well. But longevity, the coils in this are very, very, very good, and highly recommended. I could highly recommend this tank. It looks nice. That's what it sits like on a box style mod. I've got no tube mods now at all. I can put it on my let's put it on my SX Mini M class just to show you, because it does have a rounder top. And then we'll stick it in power mode. I'm just putting it on my SX Mini and show you. Screw it on. There you go. I've had no leaks from this. Let's just get in close. Get in close, Cole. Take autofocus off. There we go. That's what it looks like on the SX Mini M class. 22mm. Looks nice. So let's put it in. Let's try it on this different device. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put it that way up, Cole. Put it into power mode. And then we'll set it. It's at 40 watts now. Exit. There we go. So it's running at 40 watts on my SX Mini M class. And it's putting out just shy of 5 volts. Beautiful. That's on its standard configuration, because the M class has step ups with like a preheat feature. Let's go put autofocus back on, Cole. So, you know, that's what it looks like on the SX Mini as well. Another vape. It's a nice and smooth vape, and the flavour's fantastic from it. You can see, you know, the wicking holes in it when it's. Let's just go up close again. I'll just show you the wicking holes. Large for the coil, that is. You can see the big gaps that allow the juice to flow into them juice flow holes, and it does look great. And then when you want to fill it up, so if you turn the airflow to closed, and then you just unscrew the top like so. Take the top off with your drip tip on and fill it up through the top. You know, really, really good. Screw it back on. Open the airflow back up again, and away you go. Beautiful. Highly recommend this tank for the £26.99 that Shane at esig1.co.uk is selling it for. And once again, guys, thanks for watching my review. I hope I've sort of described this tank because it's a first for me. I've been wanting to do the review for a while now. The top filling is an innovation that you don't see on many Sub-Ohm tanks, and the coiling element inside was different for me. And you know, like I said, the longevity of the coil is absolutely fantastic. Even running it at its, I mean, I've been using this for the 4 weeks I've had it. This coil in here for 4 weeks at 40 odd watts, 40 to 45 watts, and it's still going strong. It's a no-brainer, really. But like I said, there is other coils that will be available, the dual coil versions. I haven't got any of them, so I can't mention anything about how they are. But the coils that come with this are fantastic. The ones that came in the package. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching the review, and I'll see you in my next one. Thanks, guys.